Okay, hello everybody. My name is Spencer, aka ZeroSun on the Discord, or No Pains All Gains on Reddit. Uh, Today has been a crazy day for WeatherXM, and I thought I would just make a video for everybody who's just joining and trying to figure out more that kind of lays out all the basic info that we know at this time. I'm not at all a YouTuber, so sorry if this doesn't look very professional or sound very professional, but I just thought I'd hit all the main bullet points that I have spent all day in Discord going over. You can see 162 messages just from today from me answering questions for people. So it has been a wild day. Basically what happened is I've known about WeatherXM for a little bit, and yesterday I was on the Helium subreddit and mentioned WeatherXM in a comment, and I went to bed. Then I woke up and it had just exploded. I think we 3 or 4x'd size of the Discord, sold out in the closed beta in a few hours, and it's been crazy. So anyways, on to the meat of this video. I want to cover what is WeatherXM, some info about the token, although we don't have very much info, some info about the timeline, mostly for more information and for the beta, and then go pretty deep into specs and placement on the miner, since we know quite a bit about that, and where you can learn more about WeatherXM in case you're interested, and then just some frequently asked questions that I've noticed on the Discord. So first, what is WeatherXM? It says the People's Weather Network. So basically, Ex Machina is a Greece-based company. Here, we can go here to their page. So you can see they have been working for a few years doing different weather IoT type solutions, and then they started this WeatherXM, which is a decentralized blockchain powered, kind of Helium or Planet Watch style weather collecting ecosystem. And so we're all getting hyped about that because we're all coming from Helium. We understand all that and want another project. So yeah, I'm not actually going to get into the details of how that works because I'm assuming everybody who's watching this video is coming from a Helium background, since everybody came from that subreddit. If you want more details, just comment below or reach out on Discord or the WeatherXM subreddit, which I'm a moderator for, and I will be happy to give you more detail there or make another video explaining that part of it more. Okay, the token, the tokenomics, the crypto part. We know very little about it as of right now. What we do know is it's going to be an ERC20 token. If you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter for the average person. It'll probably be on an EVM like Polygon, so it'll be like an Ethereum-based token, but run in a cheaper way. And it should look a lot like Helium or Planet Watch tokenomics. The white paper is not out, so we don't have very many details, and it's not really worth our time to talk about the details. But we do, well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but the white paper will be coming soon, trademark. So yeah, basically I think they're hoping to get the first batch of units out to the beta testers by Christmas or so. That it's not binding. And they said that the white paper should be published before we get that first batch. So we're looking at sometime in the next month the white paper to get published. If I had to guess, total speculation, it's going to be the next 2 weeks, and they're just giving themselves some buffer to make sure that they don't overpromise. Okay, so that's that. Let's talk about the miner itself. First off, I just want to show, like this is the Explorer, right? So you can see they have some test deployments in Greece. I think a lot of this data is just test data, but I know they do have some devices actually deployed. So yeah, the WXM earnings is going to say 12.5 for all of them. You can ignore that, but you can kind of see the data that we're going to be getting here. Pressure, cloud cover, UV index, humidity, wind speed, precipitation intensity. So this will work pretty much just like the Helium Explorer, I think you'll be able to kind of see the hex and like the coverage if you're too close to somebody else, what other devices are earning. So that's pretty great. I really hope that they implement a system which is not in Helium, which is that like in some manner you can message other people, maybe for a price, so that if somebody's not earning well, you could reach out and be like, hey, let me help you, or hey, I guess you're not in a good spot. Can I buy that device off you? You know, a lot of these things that we really wish was possible with Helium. So, you know, you've looked through the website a little bit, you see the Explorer, you're like, okay, I want to get one of these. You go here to the shop tab and you can see all their different devices that they have out. So this is like your basic one where this camera or this hotspot goes in your house. It's connected to your Wi-Fi. It's powered via USB or power over Ethernet. And then the weather station, which is shown behind it in the image, has radio frequency connected to this hotspot. It goes up on your roof. It's solar powered. It takes no other setup, no cables, no nothing. Theoretically, maybe you would ground it, but the power usage on this is extremely low. I think they've got a couple AA batteries in it, and it will last on that battery for like over a year. So yeah, super easy. You just need to get it somewhere high, you know, somewhere not obstructed. I'll get into that a little bit more later. But yeah, so there's that option. And then you'll see some other options like the 4G LTE, so that it doesn't need to be on your home Wi-Fi network. You can go deploy it in a field or whatever. The industrial, so it's, you know, weatherproofed, and then this SDR-WXM miner, which theoretically you could hook up to other devices. Now, none of these three are actually available for sale. I think these are products that they are working on that they will launch, but for the beta, this is the only product that was sold. So that's the product that we're going to have all the updates and all the data on. Those other products, I think, are just delineating the direction of the company and what they will have in the future. So if you were to click on buy now, you will see that they are all sold out. That happened today. Again, completely my fault. They were in stock for like over a week, and then I made this post on Reddit and it blew up. Okay, let's get into some details on placement and specs of the actual miner. So we don't know everything as the white paper isn't released, but I will tell you what I have learned and what we do know just from kind of stalking the Discord and watching the Q&A go on. So height does not matter like it does in Helium, right? You're not emitting radio frequencies, so it doesn't matter if you're being obstructed by things 100 meters away, other houses, etc. But you do want to make sure that you're getting good weather data. In fact, they've said that there will be a system implemented where if your weather data is not good, that'll probably be determined by your neighboring stations or other publicly available data, then you'll actually get less rewards. So you don't want to be somewhere that you're right next to a wall, for example, or heaven forbid, like covered by a patio. I mean, that would just be like silly, right? It needs to be in the rain and everything like that, exposed to the elements. So rooftops are still going to be a great place to put this, but really it's just somewhere that's kind of exposed and kind of up and away from other things, right? So not right under a tree, etc. I already talked about the fact that it's powered by solar, communicates via radio frequency, and then, so the weather station needs to be within about 100 meters of your hotspot. You know, I would play it safe. You don't want like low connectivity and then losing rewards. So I would be within 50 meters of your hotspot, which is easily pretty much anywhere in your house up to the roof, right? But I would put the hotspot probably in your highest room, but not necessarily in the attic, and then your weather station up on your roof, I think is a pretty ideal setup for those who can do that. So about durability of the station, what we do know is it is rated to handle winds of over 100 miles per hour. So unless you are in the middle of a tornado, then you're probably in good shape. It's rated to handle temperatures to about -40 Celsius. I'm pretty sure that's Celsius. Might have been Fahrenheit, but seeing as the team is all Greek, assuming they're speaking in Celsius. What it has not been tested with snow and ice. That's relevant for me. I live in Utah, so we get quite a bit of snow, and we are just going to see how it goes. So snow and ice may very well clog up some part of the system and make it not work properly. That would be a huge bummer. But that's kind of what beta testers are for. They just can't get much of that information in Greece. So yeah. And then as far as placement between weather stations, you should know, we don't know the details since the white paper is not out, but think in kilometers. So with helium hotspot, it was like you don't want anybody within, maybe 300 meters of your hotspot, right? Or at minimum, at least within 100 meters of your hotspot. They've said with WeatherXM, we're thinking more in kilometers, like 1 to maybe 5 kilometers apart. I imagine it'll be 1 to 2 for ideal. And then, if it's within 1 kilometer, you'll lose some rewards, but not like totally just shot. So yeah, that is the end of the info I have on the miner. I'm just going to quickly rattle off some places that you can learn more info about the machine and the project, and then some frequently asked questions. I will put links to all the places below in the video, so be sure to go check those out. There is an investor presentation that's done by Manos and is really good. It's only like 10 minutes long, but it really shows the business side of the business, not the crypto side, but lets you understand how they're planning to make money and what's the reasoning behind making this business. There is a subreddit that was born today. It has been a long day, so currently me and one other community member are moderating it. We are working with WeatherXM Ex Machina to get them to actually manage it or have a moderator on board as well. But this has all happened over the weekend. There's the Discord that is run by Ex Machina itself, so it's a great place. That's really the source of truth. Some of us community members are also trying to step up and take the load off them so that they can actually, work on getting our blockchain up and running. And then I am thinking about running a weekly community stream where I just kind of, pull up Twitch and just open up the time for questions after doing a brief intro and explaining any news for the week. So more details on that to come. I will update the description if that is a thing, and I will definitely post about it in the subreddit. Okay, that's really the end of the video. Now so just some frequently asked questions. You could really find all these answers if you look through Discord, but it's like thousands of messages, so I just thought I'd bring up some of the ones that I see a lot of. First one, miners are sold out. How do I get involved? Everybody's feeling FOMO. Everybody hates seeing sold out, especially after the experience with Helium. I get it. Ex Machina is trying to take this slow. They're trying to be deliberate, and they're trying to make a good product, right? So they actually closed sales before they even ran out of their first batch quantity because they just don't want to overwhelm themselves with tech support and customer support rather than building the product. And I think that's really wise, and I think that's actually a really bullish indicator. One of the reasons that I bought into this before every single white paper is just seeing how professional the team is about how they handle things. So anyways, because of that, there might be another drop during the beta from this original batch once they kind of get things smoothed over and everything's running well and they know that they're not like, not everything is on fire. They might drop another batch during the beta. That would be a pretty small batch. Whenever they do drop, they will let us know ahead of time on Discord. And the only thing I would say is if you already have one, think about letting other people in. We want the community to grow. And I understand if you have a legitimate use for a second one, like my dad really likes weather stations, so he would love to have one on his house. So I might pick up a second one for him. But I'm not going off to all my friends pawning off, hey, I'll take 70% of the rewards, you get 30, and setting up more devices yet. Like, I think it's really important to let the community grow and let people get those. Anyways, if you can't get one during that second drop or it doesn't happen, you'll have to wait until the official release, which I would imagine is like, February, March at the soonest, or buy token as soon as it's live, and that might be really difficult depending on when it gets listed on exchanges. Okay, another frequently asked question. Is WeatherXM helium powered? No. It has nothing to do with helium except for that everybody who's into it came from helium because of my post. It is Wi-Fi enabled, or as I showed you, another model that they're building is 4G LTE enabled. And then again, it communicates with hotspot via radio frequency. They mentioned briefly once that, maybe they'll make a helium powered model down the road, which obviously I think is great. I'm bullish on helium too. But that's not what we need for the initial coverage. That's for when you're getting into rural areas, out of people's houses, and trying to really complete the coverage map. So down the road for a while, nothing to do with helium for now. Another frequently asked question or note topic is, okay, listen, I got FOMO, I bought a device, but there's not even a white paper out. Like, I want out. You know, this is too risky for me. I'm not into this. And if that's the case for you, the team will happily refund anybody. They've mentioned on the Discord that they will refund anybody, so don't worry about it. Just get in touch with one of the members on the team. I would just do it on Discord and say that you want a refund, and they'll get you sorted out. And I think that's such an awesome way to approach this for the beta test. So great of them to not just be trying to grab your money and run. Next question. Is the WeatherXM network compatible with other hardware? So a lot of people wanted to build their own out of a Raspberry Pi and then get rewards for it, or buy some other weather station off Amazon. Now that these ones are sold out, you know, a lot of people were looking at this bottom guy and saying, oh great, it's sold out, but I can go buy one of these, right? It doesn't really work. So basically, you cannot build your own right now and put it onto the network. Down the road, they might try and do that, but from what I understand, it was a real mess when Helium did that, with like spoofers and, you know, people trying to abuse the system. So I would not bet on that ever happening, but maybe it'll happen and it'll be awesome. I love tinkering with Raspberry Pis, so I would have a lot of fun with it. And then, you know, for existing weather stations, it looks like they're definitely doing the Planet Watch approach, which is we will hook up our hotspot with other hardware from third-party vendors and get it connected, but none of those partnerships have been announced or formed, so that's a ways out as well. Don't go buying some other weather station off Amazon. If anybody tells you to do it, don't do it. I bet $1 it's a scam. At least check with somebody who has a red name on Discord, that's an employee, or at least a blue name, that's somebody who's bought a station already, or with one of the moderators on the subreddit before you do that, because as of now, there are no partnerships. Okay, last question. A lot of people have been pretty critical about WeatherXM, saying, why is there so little info on this? I feel like this is a rug pull. There's no info. This is so shady, right? And you guys just need to understand that we are so early. Right? First off, I'm the only video on YouTube, I think, about this project, and I'm not a crypto influencer at all in any right. But also, Ex Machina has been intentionally quiet about this project because they didn't want exactly this to happen. They didn't want a bunch of people to flood in, and then they're so busy dealing with customers and support that they can't build their own product. I kind of screwed up yesterday and accidentally let all of these people in, right? Like, I was just making some throwaway comment, I didn't think anything of it, and then everybody shows up. Ex Machina was not planning for that, they were not trying for that, you know? And so they don't have the materials out there to support that yet. So give them a break. What they have been doing is trying to get private investors. So that's why you have like the private investor video, and you have a website that gives the general idea at a high level, right? But not like the nitty gritty, the white paper's not out, etc. It's because they weren't ready. We just happened to get in really early. Okay, so be patient, wait for the white paper to come out, or go on to other projects. That's fine if it's too early for you, right? But that is why there is so little material about that. So I would not hold that against Ex Machina. I think it shows wisdom and prudence by them that they wanted to be prepared before releasing the floodgates. All right, well, that is all I have for this video. Please let me know in the comments if you have other questions, if you want a follow-up video, or if you think anything about this video is too lengthy or, you know, a bad format. That'd be great, since it's my first time doing it. And again, you'll see all the community links down below in the description. And if you want to like this video, that's cool, whatever. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you later.